Hi traders, and welcome to Daily Recap Show for today, which is Tuesday the 12th of April. So we set initial support today on the FTSE was at 75.32 to 75.39. However, I was cautious of false breaks in that area. We said 76.11 to 76.21 was now resistance, and we had the potential to move back to that area. We also said if we gain acceptance above 76.11 to 76.21, we could start to see moves back towards higher time frame resistance. So let's go and see what happened in the FTSE today. Okay, so as you can see, we did actually open up and we pushed down and we got a nice reversal here, but we didn't actually quite get down to that 75.32.39 zone. So it front run that level, so we may have to look to adjust this zone a little bit tomorrow, but having held that zone, we've then just chopped around. There really isn't anything that I would have traded today on the FTSE, as you can see. It's a fairly narrow range of only about 50 points or so. It hasn't really touched either of our key points, and price action was fairly choppy. So nothing really of high probability that I would have traded in the FTSE today. So with that being said, let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so we said the DAX remained bearish below 14,300 to 14,330. However, a pullback remains corrective on the daily chart. And by the pullback, I mean the pullback for the sell side. So we would still need to be wary of getting too bearish until we see some real impulsive moves to the downside. We said 14,070 to 14,095 is the initial resistance today, with potential to pull back to that zone at the open. Acceptance above there takes us back into the range. If we held 14,070 to 095 as resistance, we have the potential to move to support zones today at 13,800 to 835, with key higher time frame support at 580 to 610. So let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so with the DAX, you can see when the market opened, we really just chopped around this 13,925 to 45 zone. We couldn't quite get that push down into that 800 area, which would have been a really nice potential long trade. So we couldn't quite get down into a really nice support area. However, we then got this push up and then held this zone on a retest. Now, nothing of that I would have traded here. There was a really nice false break pattern here on the 15-minute chart. Now this was your indication that we could push higher. If I'd seen this pattern from down at this zone, I would have definitely traded it. Unfortunately, this zone, I was just a bit wary that we could still potentially move a little bit lower, so I didn't take it. However, in isolation, the pattern was still quite a nice signal. So with that being said, we then came up, and as you can see, we did test the 14,070 to 14,095 area. We got a nice reversal pattern here. Just took out that liquidity of the overnight highs, and then we pulled back. Now, this trade, depending on how you managed it, you could have been a break-even trade, may have been a losing trade. We didn't quite get a really strong push down into this zone to be able to manage it. You did, however, touch the top of that zone. So depending on how aggressive you were with your risk management would determine whether you managed to get out of this at break-even or whether it was a losing trade. That, however, was a nice signal. It wasn't something I was looking at. I wasn't at the charts at that time. But if you see that signal from a good resistance area, having taken out that liquidity, that is a valid signal to take. We then got this really strong push up through here. This was on the back of some US numbers, which we did detail in our free weekly newsletter that came out on Sunday. So we gave people the heads up that potentially was going to happen. The number was a little bit off, so we got this really strong push up, excuse me, and then we got this really nice pullback and a retest of that zone. So we got a breakout retest for a long there. So that's really taking a look at the DAX today. We're now coming in towards the close. So we'll have to have a look, see what happens in the US markets overnight, see how it reacts to this 14,070 to 095 zone on the retest. And potentially we could move back up to 14,300 to 330 tomorrow if we hold this zone. So we'll have to wait and see what the price action says. And we will update you with our key zones and our inflection points in the reports in the morning. So once again, hope you found this useful. Hopefully you can see the how useful these zones are and how useful the analysis is and how well the analysis ties in with the zones. If you haven't already, please sign up to the Key Zone service. The link is in the box in our YouTube channel. Come join the Keyzone Traders community where you get to chat and talk about these setups with other traders. You'll also receive the reports pre-market every single morning, so adding some great value to your trading. So please, if you haven't already, please sign up to the Keyzone service. It's completely free, and hopefully it can help you in your trading. So let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.